I'm just doing a little bit of admin just to try and get it on the other screen as well so I can see what I am doing. Just give me a second. Apologies, I sound very bunged up. I have another cold thanks to my lovely children who think that I need to share all of their colds with them. So yeah, and I take double the amount of vitamin C that I should do and everything else, but yeah, still manages to get me this time. Usually I can survive them and get away with them, but no, not this time. So let's just see, am I live on here? If I go here, yes, Relax and Craft is live. Right, best turn that down, else we will get some feedback. So yeah, let me know that you're here. Just send me a little hello or a little emoji. Apologies if I sneeze all the time through it. Hopefully you can't catch it through the screen. I know you can't catch it through the screen, but there we go. So yeah, so we're going to be doing today the Fireman's Hold. So the other thing that I need to apologise for is the state of my hands. They are a state. I have been doing some other things today which are not the cleanest of jobs, and I've scrubbed my hands till they're raw and they still look really dirty, so apologies for that. But this is what we are making today. We're going to be doing the Fireman's Hold 4. So on Sunday I asked everybody to have a look on the website and see what chainmail weave they wanted to learn, and the more people that would vote on it, the more discount I would put on that kit. So quite a few people asked for Fireman's Hold 4. So that's what we're doing, and there is 15% off of this kit on the website till Sunday, till the 15th. I think that's, yeah, the 15th. So if you want to make this kit, you have got till Sunday to get 15% off of it as well. So it is on sale. You don't need a code or anything like that. It's just there ready for you. So let's see who's here. Oh, Katie Parker's here. Hello, Katie Parker. And Sandra. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all right. Hope you've had a lovely Friday. Friday the 13th, which isn't very unlucky, is it? It's just a myth that was made up. That's what I'm going with anyway. So the kit, I believe, if I can remember rightly, you can make 10 units with the kit. I think it's 10 units you can make. So they don't take very many rings per unit. The size of the jump rings that we use are 7.5mm inner diameter on a 1.25 wire, giving them an aspect ratio of 6. So I'm just going to see if anybody else is just going to pop in and say hello. Hi Candy Love, how are you? Let me try and share. Shall I try and share this live? I don't know if I can, how I can do that. If you can send me some emojis, send me a little heart. Oh, I found it. Let's pop it on Facebook. Let's pop it in there. We'll see if anybody else. I do realise that it is obviously Friday evening and people aren't probably around as much on a Friday evening. Maybe you're finishing work, maybe you finish work, maybe you're getting ready to go out. I'm very jealous if you're getting ready to go out. I've not been out for ages. I don't, well, I say that and then it comes to going out and then I don't want to go out. I don't know if anybody else is like that. Do you know when you think, oh, I want to go out, and then it comes to it and you're like, actually, I just want to stay in. I don't want to go out at all. Oh, Katie shared the live. Thank you very much, Katie. That's really kind of you. Yeah, just send me a little heart. If you can just press like the live. If you're not following, I'd love it if you could follow the channel as well. I do try and go live quite a few times in the month. It's usually on a Wednesday, but I'm going to be doing Friday today just so it got a little bit more people could see the offer basically. So yeah, so anybody that did order their kit, your kits have all been sent out, so you'll be getting those in the next few days. Right, so like I say, This Fireman's Hold is a lovely unit. Now the things with units of chainmail is they're quite achievable, because as you can see we only have 10 rings in each unit. So it isn't sort of like something that's going to be very jump ring heavy. You're not going to be able to not see where you're going. These jump rings are nice and big, they're nice and chunky. You can scale this down. You would be able to do this on a 6mm inner diameter jump ring on a 1mm wire and go down even further if you wanted to go down to 0.9. But I just love how they look like this. I'm just gonna, I don't know if I can mute my microphone, 1 second. It's all right, back again now. If you're watching on your phone, you could double tap the screen for a like. Oh, thank you very much, Katie. I didn't know that. So yeah, double tap the screen for a like. Thank you. That's really helpful to know. So I'm doing this in 2 different colours. I find when you're doing chainmail, it's easier to learn it in 2 different colours, because we do have, with this weave, we have horizontal and vertical jump rings. So it will follow a pattern of like one colour stays horizontal, one colour stays vertical, and it's easier for you to see. Now, I did a little bit of research of why it's called a Fireman's Hold. Ignore the 4 at the end, because 4 just means that there's 4 jump rings connected together, but it's called Fireman's Hold because that's how a fireman would hold somebody when they are rescuing them, or a soldier. So do you know when they put somebody round their neck, they interlock their arms around them and interlock their legs, so it looks a little bit like this. So that's why it's called Fireman's Hold, because it is quite reminiscent of how a fireman would rescue somebody over their shoulders. So that is why it's called Fireman's Hold. The number 4 is because it has 4 jump rings in the middle. Now you can do Fireman's Hold 6, and I believe there's a Fireman's Hold 8 as well, so you can sort of like make these into big pieces as well. So if you're wondering why it's called Fireman's Hold 4, Fireman's Hold is the actual, what it looks like when a fireman's holding somebody, rescuing them, or a soldier would evacuate somebody who's been injured. And the number 4 just denotes how many jump rings are in the centre, all connected together. So hopefully that's cleared it up just a little bit. So let me just move these out of the way, and we'll just get started. So I'll leave them there so you can still see them. So we're going to get started with this. So it's not going to be a long live tonight, just because you don't want to listen to me being all snotty like this. So as with any chainmail, we're going to need 2 pairs of flat chain nose pliers. So as long as the inside jaws are flat, you can use those pliers. Just don't use round nose pliers for chainmail, because you'll slip off the jump ring and you'll mark the jump ring. So as long as the jaws are flat on the inside, then you're good to go. And there's lots of different varieties of chain flat nose pliers. So chain nose just means that it comes to a point. So these are a bent chain nose plier, and this is a chisel nose plier. So you can see that they are actually shaped down on the edge. It's just helpful when you're doing chainmail to have that chisel nose and to have the bent nose, because you can then see what you're doing. But you may want to use something. Let me just grab some different varieties. So these are like needle nose pliers. Again, they've got flat jaws on the inside, so you can hold that jump ring nice and steady. I tend to use these thinner ones, the needle nose, for smaller jump rings. I find these a lot easier to work with. And then you can have things like your big flat nose pliers. So you can see these have got a big surface area in the middle, so perfect if you are working with the bigger jump rings like these. If you are looking for some new pliers, I do have some Xuron pliers and some chainmail starter plier packs on the website. So the website is relaxandcraft.com. So if you go to relaxandcraft.com, go and look at jewellery tools. You'll see all the tools that are still available. And like I say, there is a chainmail starter kit there as well, which is one of your mats. Then it's got, oh, actually I'll try and find some of the, you have got, I think you have 5 of your little trays, so to put your jump rings in. And then you've also got 3 pairs of pliers, which look like this. Oh, I don't have the other pair with me. But you have just a normal chain nose plier as well. So you've got a bent nose, a flat nose, and you have a normal chain nose plier as well. But like I said, I don't know where they are. They're probably over on the other bench. So you'll get them as well. And you also get a jump ring opener, which I don't seem to have one of those either. Let me just have a quick look if I can find my jump ring opener. No, can't find it. Oh, but I found the other pliers. There you go. So they're your chain nose pliers. So you'll get all 3 pairs of pliers, your little sorting trays, a beading mat, and also a jump ring opener, which if I've got time in a minute, I'll go and grab one. That's really annoying that I can't find it. Let me just bring my little thing a bit closer. No, it's not there. It's run away. Never mind. We'll get it later. Yeah, the red handle pliers are really, really nice. They're perfect for all types of jewellery making, not just for chainmail. They are great for all types. Right, so let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is, as you can see, I have 6 of one colour of my jump rings. Let me just bring that across so you can see. So I've got 6 of my silver jump rings and I have 4 of my gold jump rings. And out of those, I've closed one of each colour. So I've got 1 closed silver, 1 closed gold. And what I want to do is I want to pick up a open gold jump ring. Now, as you can see, I've gone ahead and opened the rest of my jump rings. When you're learning a chainmail weave, it's really, really helpful for you to have all your jump rings open that you need open, closed that you need closed. That way you just get into the flow of it and it's just so much easier to sort of like make along with. So I've got my open jump ring, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place on a jump ring of the same colour. Okay, so I've got a gold jump ring that's open, placing on a gold jump ring which is closed, and then place on another jump ring which is the opposite colour, again closed. So I have 2 closed jump rings, 1 open jump ring. Okay, now what we want to do now is we want to lift the first gold jump ring that's attached to this one. We want to lift it up and we want to take the end of our open jump ring and we're going to go, let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see. We're going to lift up the gold jump ring and we're going to take the end of the open jump ring that we're holding and we're going to place it back through the gold jump ring so it now sits like a halo. Okay, so I'll do that again. So we've got our 2 jump rings in place. We're going to just lift up the gold jump ring and we're going to take the end of our open jump ring and we're going to go back through it so it's now sitting like a little halo. Okay, so you've got this. So you've got your gold open jump ring, you've got that one that was loose, the closed jump ring, and the other closed jump ring here. And we're going to close that jump ring up. Now, we want this silver jump ring to always be horizontal. Okay, so it's always going to be horizontal, and my gold jump rings are always going to be vertical. Or the other way of remembering it is portrait and landscape. So your silver jump ring is your landscape, and your portrait jump rings are your gold. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to attach a silver jump ring onto that halo jump ring. So the jump ring that's sitting like a halo, I'm going to take a silver jump ring and I'm going to go just through the gold jump ring, but can you see it's sitting underneath? So we're underneath the previous silver jump ring. So all I did was holding that silver jump ring, that's the only jump ring that I'm holding. Ignore this one for the time being. We're going to go to that halo jump ring, the gold. Taking my silver jump ring, I'm just going to pop it on so it's sitting underneath the previous silver jump ring. And we're going to close that one up. Now the thing with chainmail is it always sits in a pattern. So now if I just look at that silver jump ring that I've just added, and I just push the gold jump ring that's loose next to it, it now looks like it did when we started. So it now looks like it could sit as a little halo, okay? So what we want to do now is we want to take a gold jump ring, pick it up, and we're going to just go through the silver jump ring. So you can see I've just taken that gold jump ring. We're going to sit this one like a little halo, like so, and I'm just going to pick up the silver jump ring within the gold jump ring. So just go through and pick that up, and then what you can do is just again duck it underneath so that it's now sitting like so. So I'm going to do that again for you. Okay, so I'm just going to go in through the gold jump ring, pick up the silver jump ring, and then it looks exactly the same as when I started. Gold on the inside, silver on the outside. I'm just going to lift the gold jump ring and scoot it through so that it's now sitting like a halo. And again, we're going to close that jump ring up. So if I now look at my work, so what I have now is I've got 3 gold jump rings in place, and you can see they're starting to form that square, and I've got 2 silver jump rings. The initial jump ring is on the top, the initial silver, the silver that I added is underneath. I now want to add on another silver jump ring. Okay, so I'm going to take my silver jump ring, and this time again I ignore the jump ring that I've just added. I'm going to go back to the halo jump ring, so that one that's sitting there, and I'm going to just attach this through that halo jump ring, this time sitting on top. So last time we sat underneath, this time we're sitting on top. And we're going to close. Now if this is all being a little bit you can't follow, if you do buy the kit, there is a video tutorial that comes with the kit as well as a PDF as well. So there's a PDF downloadable tutorial and there is a video that goes with it. So I've now got this again, so you can see now I now look like I've got the same again. So I've got the same situation where my gold jump ring is now going to sit like a halo. So if I just hold that silver jump ring there, you can see that that will then sit as my halo. So I'm going to pick up my last gold jump ring, and I'm going to again just go through the middle of the gold, pick up the silver, lift that gold up. Now this time I need to connect it to the very first silver jump ring. So I've got it as a halo at the minute. So I've done my halo move, and then what I do is I'm just going to turn it, and all I'm going to do is just take the end of that open jump ring and go through that very first silver jump ring. So I'm going to do that again for you. Okay, so I've got my jump ring that's going to sit as the halo. So I'm going to go through pick that up, and it's sitting as the halo. It's staying on the inside of the other gold, and I'm then going to just go through the first silver jump ring, and I'll just close that up and I'll show you what that looks like. So now I have all four of my, ignore my closures. I'm more concentrating on just showing you where everything's going. So I've now got all four of my gold jump rings in place, but I'm missing my silver jump ring. So you can see here that silver jump ring's missing. Now if we look at these silver jump rings, we can see, if I just turn it over, that's better. Okay, you can see that the very first jump ring that I added is sitting on the top. The second jump ring is underneath. The third jump ring is on top. So if I just turn it to the side, you can see. So I've got top, under, top. So my last jump ring has to sit under. And what it's going to do is it's going to connect to the two horizontal jump rings in the, let me just get my awl, 1 second. Where's my knotting awl? Oh, this'll do here. So we can see that we have two jump rings which are sitting horizontally like this, and two which are sitting vertically. We're just going to connect the two gold jump rings here, so this one here and this one, but we're going to make sure that it's sitting underneath these two silver jump rings. So I'll just pop that in and then you'll see where that goes. So I'm just going to pick up one jump ring, so you can see I've just picked that up and you can see it's sitting like a halo again, and then I'm going to pick up the second gold jump ring, and that is now my full square complete. So I'm just going to put that jump ring in again for you. So this is what I've got. So I've got all my gold jump rings are in, so I know my square's correct in the inside, but I've only got 3 of my silver jump rings in. I need a 4th silver jump ring. I know that it has to go underneath because these two are sitting on top. This one is sitting underneath. If I turn it to the side again, you'll see. So you can see this one is under, these two are over. So I'm going to just turn it, and you can see where it needs to attach to. So it's these two sort of like ones that are sitting horizontally. They're portrait still, but they're horizontal portrait. So I'm going to take my open jump ring and I'm just going to go through the first one and through the second one. And all I need to make sure is that I don't cross over any of my silver jump rings. So I'm only attaching it to a gold jump ring, and that it sits underneath the 2 previous silver jump rings, and close. And that is your unit completed. Now you can keep it like this, because once it's tensioned up in a piece, it will hold really, really beautifully. So you could keep it like that if you wanted to, but what I like to do is I like to put in like a supporting ring around the middle as well. So like I say, you could keep it like that if you want, but if you want to add in the supporting rings, they're very, very easy to add in. What we've got here, I just ordered my kit, purple. Oh, fantastic, wonderful. Like I say, they are on the website. They are £17 at the minute for your kit, so you get enough to do, I'm pretty sure it's 10 units. You get 50 centimetres of chain, a clasp, your PDF tutorial, and also the video of this tutorial as well. So taking my open jump ring, I'm going to just pick one of those gold jump rings to go for. Now, if I just bring this really close, what I want you to have a look at is, can you see that on the outside of each of the 4 gold jump rings, there's a little gap? So if I just turn it to the side, you can see a natural path which goes through just the outside of those gold jump rings. So taking my silver jump ring, I'm just going to pick up just one of the gold jump rings and then pick up the next gold jump ring along. Now, as you can see, I'm not trying to corkscrew or force this silver jump ring round. I'm turning the actual unit around and placing the jump rings in place. So I find if you try and force this jump ring round, you're going to sort of like dig down into the weave, and it's going to connect to different jump rings that we don't want it to connect to. We only want it to those 4. Now this is where your finer nose pliers come in really well and handy, because we now need to just close that jump ring up. So I just like to close it a little bit, turn it so that it's now sitting underneath the gold jump ring, and then just carry on closing. So you can see there it's nicely closed. Like I say, you're going to spend a little bit more time making sure that all your closures are really, really nice. So that's one side, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So just pick up one of the gold jump rings and then just turn. Now, if you've opened your jump rings the correct way for sort of like if you're left-handed or right-handed, so if you're right-handed, you're going to open them so that the end of the jump ring, so you bring the right hand towards you, meaning the left-hand side of the jump ring is pointing down and away from you, it will just fall into place. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close a little bit. Now I don't want you to connect to that jump ring there. So just going to, and sometimes you just have to give it a little wiggle. So this jump ring here was just getting in the way. So all I did was just give it a little push and a little wiggle, and it'll then sit nicely and where you want it to sit, and close it up. And there you've got a really nice now stable unit. So we've got all 4 of our gold jump rings forming that square. We've got the 2 jump rings sitting on top, so they follow a pattern of top, under, top, under. You've got a nice rigid pattern there, but it's still got a little bit of movement on there. And then all you can do then is just add them in to whatever you want. So you could add them into a lovely earring, you could add them into necklaces, bracelets, you could just have it as a pendant by itself. They're really, really beautiful, and for just, like I say, 10 jump rings, they create the most gorgeous little units. Right, what's everybody saying? Anybody saying anything? Hopefully that sort of like just gave you a little insight as to how to make them. They are, like I say, they're very simple to make once you've got the hang of them. They are sort of like on your side a little bit more because they are using big jump rings. So if you make your own jump rings and you want to make them jump rings and then use them in this tutorial, then you want to be using something with an aspect ratio of 6. So I've got here 7.5mm inner diameter, 1.25mm wire diameter. That gives you an aspect ratio of 6. So like I say, 2 different colours works easier. You'll see your pattern easier. If you don't want to make your own jump rings, you want to buy the kit, it is on the website. There's 15% off of it at the minute, so it's down to £17. Like I say, you'll be able to make 10 of these, and then you get 50 centimetres of chain, your clasp, a downloadable PDF tutorial which is written obviously with lots of different pictures showing you really up close and personal how each jump ring goes in, and also a short video as well, or you could just refer back to this video. So do you join them up into a bracelet? So you could do, yes, if you've got a smaller jump ring, you could then connect them together. What I did is I used a little bit of chain. Let me get some chain. I'll show you how I... So if I just get a couple of little bits of chain, I don't know what size, what length these are, but I'm sure there'll be some little bits in here. There we go. I'll just get those. So I think that this reminds me of the Van Cleef & Arpels 4-leaf clover kind of style of necklace. So to connect them together, I just choose sort of like one of the jump rings, open it up, one of the large silver jump rings, add on the chain and close. And then when you're connecting them, just make sure that you connect them with the same orientation of jump rings. So you can see that this one is one of the underneath silver jump rings. So I'm going to connect it to another one of the underneath silver jump rings. Let's just bob that on there. And then you would just carry on going. You may want to put a gemstone in the middle as well. So I know, Sandra, you are part of Relax and Craft subscribers. So if you've had a look at the tutorials, I'm not saying too much because we're not saying what the tutorials are and were until Monday, to keep it a secret. And that's another reason why we're doing just a overhead camera, because everything's set up for my next live with all the pieces of jewellery on show. I don't want to take them all down, hence why we're just doing this view. So there you go. So that's just 3 of them connected together, and I just think they make absolutely beautiful. Let me just zoom out a little bit. They just make absolutely beautiful little connectors. Like I say, if you wanted to make a bigger one in the middle, then obviously you could do. If you wanted to make a Fireman hold 6, then you can do. That's just, you just keep adding the jump rings, adding more jump rings in until you've got 6 in the middle. Oh, it's all right, Marjorie, you got stuck in traffic. Hi, Jan, how are you? The gemstones are lovely. They are beautiful, aren't they, in this month's box? They're absolutely gorgeous. They are possibly my favourite gemstones that I've ever put in a box. Very luxurious this month because it's the birthday month. We've gone very, very luxurious. Right, I'm just going to mute you 1 second because I just need to... 1 second. I'm back again. Sorry, you don't need to hear me blowing my nose. So that is your Fireman's Hold 4. Let me just get some shepherd's hooks. Let me just pop these onto a shepherd hook. Let's just see what it would look like, just so you can see it as a earring again. Just open up, pop that on. Then if you were just to put a gemstone on the bottom there, I think that would look an absolutely gorgeous, or a charm. If you've got a little charm, you could add a little charm on the bottom. But if you've got a lovely gemstone, maybe a drop gemstone, or is it called a quadrifoil, isn't it, when it's 4 like that? If you've got one of the little quadrifoils, then you could have that as well. Oh, I feel thank you, Candy. I feel absolutely fine. I just sound like I'm underwater, don't I? This is my second cold this year. After not having a cold for quite a few years, this is my second one this year. And I think that I got the first one from Marcus and then the second one from Max. So they are very, very caring, sharing boys, my boys. And they've shared their little bugs with me. So that is your little tutorial on how to make these gorgeous little Fireman hold for little units. Now, like I say, you don't have to do what I've done in the tutorial, as in like how I've connected them together. You could connect them together with just a small jump ring, so you could have them quite close together as well. It's entirely up to you. That's the best thing about chainmail units. Use them as jigsaw pieces, use them to fill in gaps, use them as a feature, and then have things around them that are like a supporting act, like the chain is here. Maybe put some gemstones on there as well. It's going to look absolutely beautiful. Reminds you of Regency style jewellery. Yes, it does. Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of as well? Cloak closures. So do you know medieval cloaks used to have a closure, so they have a big like rosette on either side and then a chain across the middle. It reminds me of that as well. I absolutely love them. Maybe I'll do that for what we were filming on Wednesday, Katie. Maybe that might be a little hint to a Regency. So if you don't know, I am also part of a little group of designers called Your Craft Lounge, Raw and Unfiltered. We do have a Facebook page, and it's myself, Katie, and Gem Hawks. Katie Parker, who's in the comments now, and Gem Hawks. And what we do is each month we film a vlog, and we do our hits and misses, and we do our trends, and we sort of like myth bust things and what we're obsessed with, and all things to do jewellery making and crafting. And we also set ourselves little challenges. Now Katie's challenged me and Jem to watch something we've never watched before and then make something. So that's coming out at the end of the month. If you want to join our Facebook group, you are more than welcome to join. It is a public group, so you just go and search Your Craft Lounge Raw and Unfiltered on Facebook and you'll find us. And just follow, if you follow Relax and Craft on YouTube, Katie Parker Jewellery and Gem Hawks Jewellery on YouTube, you will see our vlogs when they come out. And all three vlogs will be completely different this time. There may be a few little elements which are the same, like the intro and the outro, but the rest of it will be completely different. I've just bought a lampshade thing to make one. Oh, the lampshade. Yes, I'm halfway through that. I'm filming that as I go, so that will be next week's video, hopefully, where I will revamp my whole lampshade and I'll show you how I've done and what it looks like when it's been revamped. But yeah, those lampshades are brilliant, aren't they? For, I think are they about £12 or £15? Can't remember. Yeah, so I'm going to show that, Sandra, so you'll see that next week. Right, I'm going to go and feed my children, feed my husband. They've been at the quarry all day getting stones for a dry stone wall, and they are covered in mud and very, very happy, but I think they're a bit tired and they do need feeding. So I best go and feed the children and the husband, and I will see you on Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing Relax and Craft Live on Wednesday, which is for the box. So hopefully you can join me on Wednesday at 6 o'clock for that little live as well, where we're going to go through what's in the box and what extra things I made as well with this month's box. Right, thank you ever so much for joining me. Have a little look on the website at the kits if you don't want to make your own jump rings. If you want to make your own jump rings, then I've given you the sizes, or you can always message me if you get a little bit stuck. But if you want one of the kits, they have got 15% off of them until Sunday. So you've got till Sunday to order a kit if you want one. If you've already ordered one, they are on their way to you now. But thank you ever so much, everybody, and I will see you on Wednesday.